Howdy folks, Grok the DuckFarmer here, and I'm playing Factory in the Sky 4 on the FTOG server, and I decided to build something. Do I really need this? No, I don't, but I wanted to try some things. Now, what I'm talking about is building a villager trading hall with an iron farm. And I saw this a while back and a guy called I4Steel, link in the description. He built a very aesthetically pleasing villager trading hall. And I was looking at this and going, I like the build. I'm going to build the build. And then I'm going to change it to be my type of style and also modded to make it even better since I'm on a modded server. I can do some of these modded things. Speaking of which, let me spin around and show you off what I've got done here. This is in the overworld because villager trading needs the cycle of day and night, and so I'm gonna do that. Now, I am making one change at the very beginning. He has it 4 wide, and I'm doing 3 wide because I much prefer odd builds. So this is 39 by 39, and I believe that's counting the dirt. So what we've got here is a 3 by 3 section here in the middle. And so we've got 3 wide corridors. These are 10 by 10 cobblestone boxes, and they're 5 blocks high. And then there's 8 more blocks that have been hammered down into path. Because we want to stop iron golems from spawning any place, and so that's the easiest way to do. This is something you could build on the ground. Often I'll build it up high in the sky just to kind of hide it, keep it out of sight. But this could be down here on the ground. You will want to make sure that you go underneath and make sure at least 8 deep that there are no caves underneath. Otherwise, you could have some problems with golems spawning below you, and then they count towards the golem cap, and you wouldn't get iron coming from this. Anyway, so you set up these 4 10 by 10 by 5 settings, and then he goes through and he randomizes that, which I think is a fantastic idea. I'm going to use hello modded. I'm going to go ahead and just use the exchanging gadget, and I'll just kind of randomly click on a few things and then go what looks a little bit better. That looks better. Okay. And then I've got 4 cracked. So let's put a cracked there and there. And we'll swap that one out and swap that one out there. Okay, so now I have no more cracked. There's a lot more on this side. I got 2 or 3 of them on most of the other sides, but that's okay. I do want a plain stone, and that could be quite a lot of these blocks. Whoops, lost a brick, but that's okay because I can put it back in. And there we go. So a lot more just stone in place. And then let's grab andesite, because that's a nice texture. You can swap out some of the stone too for the andesite. And let's do that one there too. So that just kind of adds a little bit of texture. Now we got a kind of a very regular cobble, which doesn't look so good. And I've got 2 of these polished. So I'm going to swap out this one and that one. So now we don't have nearly that regularity going on there. And good enough. That's random enough for me. That spot up there just doesn't quite work for me. So I'm going to add 1 bit of brick there. Done. Okay, exchanging gadget. It was the easiest way to set things up. Super cheap, requires power, but I've got that coming automatically. And so that, for me, is the easiest way to set this up. No, I wanted to hit B, put this away in tools. And so, yeah, there I've got myself the box to begin with. These interior walls are not going to be seen, so they can remain cobble. And I may do something differently with this than what he does, but I'm going to go ahead and just build the rest of this and then discuss how this works and how I want to change it. The villager trading hall, it's a breeder as well as an iron farm. It's done. almost as far as I foresee designed this, but I did make a few tweaks. Now, I did call out initially that I did a 3 wide instead of a 4 wide for the 4 hallways. And there's a reason for it, which I'll get to. If you're going to build this in vanilla, go with the 4 wide. You'll need that to be able to design a drop chamber. Now, the way this works is there's all sorts of villagers on the inside here. Hi guys, so they'll breed up and they will occasionally scare up a golem, but not super fast. Now I'm using, because hello modded, I'm using this. Let me grab all these bits. The mob masher from Mob Grinding Utils. I've got the sharpness upgrade on it, which means that they die in 2 hits. And I've also got the looting on there, but I don't see that doing anything. So I'm going to take that off, because that's not useful. Now, if you were doing this in vanilla as he extracts, you end up with a 2x2 area that they fall into. And there's a lava blade in there that will kill them, and you've got hoppers underneath to pick up the stuff. However, the way he has it, he has the kill chamber right here at the layer of these guys. And for speed's sake, and efficiency's sake, you want to kill the golems as fast as possible, or get them outside of the villager detection range, which is 16 blocks, I believe. So you want to do that. Now, in my case, I'm killing them super fast, so that's not a problem. However, if you're doing this vanilla, you want to drop them down 16 blocks out of their view really fast. So I would actually dig down and have them drop a good distance, maybe 30 some odd, 40 some odd blocks down, and then hit the lava blade. And that way, as soon as they get out of this zone and fall, then these villagers can spawn another one. Now, other things that I changed. He had this light here. So it was 2 blocks away, and then you had 3 blocks, and then 3 blocks. I'm changing it so that this light lines up with this column, and this light lines up with that column. So it's just 1 over. That's one of the minor changes. To me, aesthetically, that's how I like it. Now, he built it his way, and that's fine. I'm building it my way, patterned off of his, but I'm tweaking it some. And because it's aesthetics, it's up to the person. You know, feel free to drop in the comments, say, Grok, you're wrong, and that's fine. You can be wrong too. Anyway, so I love the look of this. It looks really nice. One of the things that I changed is I've got andesite and cracked bricks in the mix here, just to kind of add some additional texture. I thought about doing the tuft bricks, but they're just a little bit too dark. And so I wanted to keep that palette. I would also probably just sneak some cracked bricks into this. I'm not going to do it. I'm thinking I would also, if I were to remake this, and I'm not because lazy, I would redo this with the cherry and mahogany stuff. Just because that's what I've been doing. And I've got jungle leaves here, and I'm not sure spruce maybe is what he's using. Doesn't matter. One other big change that I did on the inside here, let me sneak through, is instead of having lots and lots and lots of these lecterns, I put grindstones in. You need something that's not a full block, because golems will spawn on anything that's a full block, which is why beds are fine. They will not spawn on leaves. These are bottom slabs, and so they can't spawn there. And these, because they're not full blocks, they can't spawn on them either. Now, the reason why I swapped out the lecterns, I saw these guys when I had 4 to begin with, and they're super easy to start off with. Quiet. It's super easy to start off with these guys with just some emeralds. I did 4 of them, let them grow up. And the 4 of them I put in here, I did train up this guy so that I could get name tags, because that's the only way I can get name tags out of the system. Anyway, I trained him up, and that's why there's 1 lectern here for him. But when I had rows of lecterns here, often they were throwing the bread at each other. You guys are noisy. All right, let me get out of there. They were throwing bread at each other, and it was getting caught inside the lector, just in that little pouch right there. And that's not good. Now, two ways to fix that would be, instead of having these slabs here, these bottom slabs to stop spawning, I could put some carpet in place. And I've got that right there in the middle. There's an elevator, and I've got a carpet on top to stop spawning there. Because everything that you want should be non-spawnable for the golems. So they only spawn up here on these stone bricks. And that's the vanilla mechanics for spawning these guys. All right, let's just gather up all that stuff there. So the main difference then is I've got all these different grindstones. I could put, because coal is a super cheap resource. There's another trader, and I'm trying to remember. It's not the smithing table. It's I can't remember. There's another one where one of the common trades is iron. But it's a full block, and so you definitely want some sort of carpet on top of those. Ooh, hey, I want some sea lanterns, because I want to sit there and change that actually provides light, which is cool. And oh, can I reach that? I can. Cool. I like that additional light in here just to make things look nice. So the original plan all had the same colored beds. I went with the FTOG colors here because I can. It's what I do. Anyway, so very vanilla up to this point, with the one change of this should be a 2x2 going down and quite a distance down. So that's the vanilla way of doing that. However, I would like to make this modded and not vanilla. So the way that I want to do that is I'm going to let me find my bucket, because what I want to do is get rid of this middle layer. Oh no, there we go. And then over here, because what I want to do with this middle layer, I want to put it up at the same height. And this is going to be fun, because I'm going to be doing this while the golems are spawning here. You didn't see that. You didn't see that either. Uh-oh. Water down in there. What did I just... Oh, I've got two holes. All right, what did I destroy down here? Okay, good. Nothing. It doesn't look like anything washed off that carpet wood. All right, all right, all right. Yep, totally didn't see that. Totally didn't see that at all. What I do want to do is put over here... where's my working... There it is. Once it goes night, it'll be much easier to work on here. I'm going to grab all of these bits here. Don't need you, don't need you, don't you need. These I do need for right now. All right. So the idea is I want to blow the golems over instead of having them instead of using water to move them around, because that's not nearly as effective. In fact, let me show the area. I need a little bit more length. I have one width. I need 3 lengths. Nope, that's widths. There we go, 3 widths. So you can see this is going to push all the way into the grinder there, which is going to go up a block. Now that it is night, wow, the golem should stop spawning. Let me turn that off because everybody's asleep. And let's grab this and tweak this up real quick. And a happy blue moon to you too. Let's break, and break. All right, so where'd my redstone go? And there's my grinder, and the sharpness is all that it really needs. Wait a second. Oh, I'm off one. Never mind. grinder, and then the sharpness. There we go. Okay, so this one will push all the way into here. I have a mob tool. We'll pull you out, and let's put in the bricks and the mesh, or the fan goes there, and it needs 1 width and 3 depths or distances, or let's put that on there. Let's show the area just so I can make sure it's working. It is good. All right, let's break this. And I do like the blue moon. There it is, because that little bit of sound I can hear, it's just kind of a pleasant sound as opposed to some of the other. The blood moon is very annoying because it's this constant harsh sound, which I don't like at all. All right, I need to get rid of all of these waters, and I could use bricks, but I don't have any. But that's okay. I'll just do this real quick. Drop and then pick up, and that gets rid of all these guys. We might as well do the other one while I'm in this process. So on the other sides, I would be using 3 of the fans, similar to what I do with a lot of my mob farms, because I'm going to add more widths to this. And that one, there we go. All right, so that's taken care of. And I need to put a fan there, and a fan there, and a fan there. You go there, and you need a width of 2 and a depth of 3. And you need a width of 3 and a depth of 3. You're going to get a width of 2 and a depth of 3. So if we look at this area, you can see it blows all the way into this one here, which is exactly what we need it to do. And let's add these guys here. This one's the same show area. This one's 5. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 7 wide, and these are 5 wide. Let's show the area. And that pushes everybody through. And this is so much faster than using water or even with ice underneath. So that's what we're going to go with that. Now, these fans are spawnable spots, and we don't want them to do that. So you get 2 widths and 3 depths. You get 3 widths and 3 depths. And you get the rest. All right. And now, you can turn these actually on. So they actually function, and it's nice that it's night and they are stopping, so I can get this done without them in the way. Now, if I were doing this from the get-go as modded, I would do all of this work before actually getting the villagers in here. So this is the modded method where we're pushing everybody in. And oh, I have some leaves here because leaves will stop the golems from spawning on it. And if they happen to spawn just next to because they're going to be a wide enough entity, these fans will push them in. So that will work. Carpets would work as well, but then definitely going to work with this. I do want to grab these bits for right now and that. So let's go up 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to put a storage container here. Let's land on it and crouch click, and so add some ranges to it. An absorption hopper and a fluid can. I don't think the fluid actually is necessary, but let's go ahead and show area, and let's drop it down 3. Maybe drop it down 2. Yeah, 2 is sufficient. That way I'm not picking up anything from the villagers below. And there's the pickup of that. I do want to grab this and bind to this. And because I added those 2 extensions, this gives me a huge amount of range. Oh, I probably only need just 1. Looking at this, I think I only need 1. I couldn't see it earlier, and the reason I couldn't see that boundary earlier is I didn't have my mouse over the this. And yep, that totally works. All right, so with that there, and I'm going to turn off this area because we don't need that anymore. All right, so if we go into here, and flying is nice. So now if we drop down, here's where I'm going to bind the controller to these. And so we're getting some iron and all the bits. Oh, I dropped them off. Now, this area down here, I got rid of the inner bounding boxes because they really weren't necessary in here. Added some additional lights for fun. And I do like that these lights are here because it makes this nice and bright. Now, this is not bad as far as a villager breeder, where I think we pretty much maxed out all the beds. It looks like, yeah, we've maxed out all the beds. We've got here 12 in each of these sections. 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 12. Yeah, so that's 48 beds in here. That's a decent amount of villagers. And so I could trade lots and lots of coal with these guys to generate some emeralds. I'm trying to think. If I did the smithing tables, I think eventually they would give me tools and armor, diamond armor, which would be nice. But I'm off the top of my head, I'm forgetting what the station is that is necessary for the common iron to emerald trade. And hello, I've got an iron farm here, so iron to emerald is a great way to do that. But I can't remember what that is off the top of my head. There is one additional thing I want to do, because all through the night, the golems did nothing. They didn't spawn a thing. And that's a problem, because I do want golems to spawn far more often. And there's a way to do that, but I'm going to have to fiddle with that underneath. And it is done and tweaked, and the island underneath is done. And just to prevent any golems from spawning down there, I just filled it all up with cobble, because why not? Also, it prevents cats from spawning down in there too, which, you know, I would rather have the cats up about and running around doing stuff. Anyway, so I threw some cherry around because, hello, that's kind of the theme of this pack. And, oh, hey, we're dropping down tonight, which is exactly what I want. So pretty much this is the same thing. Whoop, bye, golem. I did swap out this layer and the bits of the leaves on the top with the cherry leaves, just to kind of bridge it in with this. Here, let's march on up. And if you've got step assist, you can just walk right over. I had, while I was AFK over there for a little bit, a zombie horde came sweeping in, and I'm glad that they didn't do anything with these guys, but I was floating in there high enough that they didn't do anything to me, and that was fine. So I'm keeping these closed. Down below, let's go down below. I added the bed down in here, didn't do anything down here. I was going to have the zombie scare stuff down here, but I think it was just a little bit too far away from the ceiling. Oh, I just stole some stuff. So I moved the guys out around to the side. Did you not? Oh, no, you did. Okay. So I've got a whole bunch of different trades going on with these guys just to make it a little bit easier, so they're not running around like crazy going on here. And you notice it's night, but the golems are still spawning because they're getting scared, these villagers. So what I did, I put some grindstones back here so that they could pretend like they're actually doing work. These trapdoors kind of keep them in this space. And then over here, I've got a zombie, and they're all name tagged so that they don't die. And I'm using a sequencer here to sit there, and most of the time it's closed, but for a small amount, it pops open to wake these guys up. See, they're all asleep, which is something you need for scaring villagers. And when that pops open, it will go ahead and scare them enough that that will summon golems. And we continue over here. Just having these guys down here does spawn golems. It's just at a slower rate and not at night. So that's where having these guys up here, and I decided to go ahead and put them up in each of the corners. Now, if you again, this is modded, and so that's why I'm tweaking this as I am. I tried this without, and they were always scared, and so they never slept, and that is a requirement for scaring these villagers to make the stuff to work. So let's just dump off this. I did steal a whole bunch. It was like 1.4k as I was doing some work and trading some stuff around, and didn't want to jump down. Let's get away from these guys, because holy cow, they're dying a whole bunch, which is what I want them to do. But yeah, I do like this setup. I think I would rather I would put the beds in and let them roam around free, and use that as a breeder. And then once you've got sufficient of them, then I would wrestle them into their individual little spots. I think that works better for me. Plus, if I come into here and I look at one of these guys, say this cleric, do you have a good trade? It's decent. What about you? Same. What about you? They're all 32. Okay, so half a stack for all of these guys. But if I wanted to change this, all I have to do is just break that. He is now not got a trade. Put that back down. And now he's got the trade again, which worked really well over here. Yeah, I wish there were some way of stopping my magnet from snagging the stuff, but oh well. I went and traded with these guys coal, because I've got plenty of coal, to get to the iron level, and that's where this iron farm shines for making emeralds. And several of these I went through and tweaked until they all were coal for their first trades, just because that makes it easier. Yeah, I could turn emeralds into iron axes, but playing with cheap coal and expensive emeralds, that's how I set this up. Anyway, so that's how you can get these going. And I like this hall. I like the layout. The use of trapdoors here prevents golems from spawning up here. I've been here for quite a while. No golems are spawning anywhere except up above, which is exactly what I want. And it's noisy. So I'm not going to spend much more time here because it is just far too noisy. But it is a, yeah, let's zoom up so you can see the poor golems dying. I do like the layout. I'm just tweaking it a little bit because, hey, I'm building it myself here. It will work in a vanilla, but having the scared zombies having the zombies to scare the villagers will cause it to work at night, which is mighty nice to have. And as you can see, it's working pretty decently. And I do worry about these causing a lot of tick, but checking the server, it's been pretty quiet tick-wise as far as these guys. They can't path, so that kind of calms them down a little bit. But just generally want to be nice that way on a server. I would set this up so that people could come and use this to get trades and whatnot, just because you wouldn't want each and every person on the server to have their own villager farm like this, because it would generate a decent amount of tick with all of those villagers multiplied by all the players. But it depends on how your server's doing. Void servers tend to be a whole lot less of a server tick problem, because there's no wandering monsters running around that will attack you, which is good. Hey, speaking of monsters running around and attacking me, these stinking phantoms, I don't like them. I don't like them at all. I AFK way too much to let them have it, which is why I love the void dimension, because there are no phantoms there. And I also, if you hear the hissing, yes, those are my kitty slippers that are telling these phantoms to go away, which I love a lot, because again, phantoms bug me. And that's just the way it is. Anyway, this has been Grok the Duck Farmer here, building a villager trading hall, iron farm, just having a blast with taking this design, it's pure vanilla, and updating it to a modded version that's more efficient. And I like that. And thanks for watching. Bye. Ooh, give me some more of those flowers.